Okay, so I've made a custom match here, and I'm going to turn the game volume down in a second, but I can't do it from this screen, so I'm talking a little bit closer to the mic. Um, so this map is Hanamura, the Japanese one, and this is a capture type map. I guess that's what it's called. A capture point maybe map. And the premise of it is you have these 2 points, and one team is defending the point, and the second team is trying to attack the point. And the way you win is by occupying the point for a certain amount of time. It's, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And then once you have captured it by occupying it for that amount of time, then the game then is about the second point. And so if you, as the attackers, capture both points, then you win the game. And if you fail to capture both points, then you don't win the game, and the defenders win the game. So I've made this little test game, and you can see that I'm on one team with an AI character, and then the defenders are these two AIs that I have set to easy so it'll be easy to have them not be distracting. I haven't figured out how to change the duration of the games, this custom game that I'm creating. So I might have to like let a game finish and then make a new game after that to continue talking, because I can't figure out how to just like arbitrarily extend it. So let's get started.
Traveling to Hanamura. Prepare to attack.
So I'll turn the sound down a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to be this hero. His name is Soldier 76. And one of the AI that I created, you'll see here, is also Soldier 76. So I'm choosing the same hero. It names the AI the hero name. But even though I have chosen Soldier 76 here. And it'll do this cute little thing, which is when I'm actually playing, when I see him as my teammate, if there's more than one Soldier 76 on a team, it starts incrementing the numbers. So my teammate will be Soldier 77, even though the hero name is Soldier 76. So let's jump right in here.
We're all soldiers now.
So because I'm on the attacking team, the defensive team gets a little bit of lead time on the map territory, because they need to go and get into place, because we spawn at opposite ends of the map, and so they need to get to where we are to be able to defend us. So that's why it says at the very top of the screen, prepare to attack 25, because it's to give them time. And so these doors are closed, and I can't leave. And although I can actually leave this building, these doors here are closed too. And so if we go over here, you'll see these doors are going to open here in a second. You'll also notice this very obvious red diamond for attacking. That's the first point that we're trying to capture.
Attack commencing.
And so it's objective A. So here's my teammate, my AI teammate. You can see that it says, well, you can see that when he's behind a wall, there's this little chevron showing, and that's where he is located. So you can always see your teammate's locations. And he is trying to attack the point. So you can see this circle going around. If he occupies the point long enough, which I'll show you in a second, but if he occupies it long enough, this goes all the way around, and when that happens, we win the first point, and then we move to objective B. So the reason that it has stopped having the circle going around is because either he got killed or he's not standing on the point for whatever reason. And so anyway, as soon as we go back into it, that little timer will start counting up again. Oops. So this character that I'm fighting now is called Reaper, and he has these dual shotguns that he's just shooting at me. And every time he runs out of ammo, he just throws them away and pulls out 2 new shotguns, which is pretty funny. So let's see him do that one more time, because I think it's cute. He's gonna throw them away. Oh, he put it right behind the thing. Okay, well, goodbye, Reaper. So this is as good a time as any to mention health packs. Health packs are just floating around the map. I just saw one. Where was it? Okay, I'm not sure where it was. But, oh, I know. There's one in here. And so as you play, you want to learn where all the health packs are. And so there are these two sizes. This little square one is a full size one, which will fully restore my health to 200. Then there's a smaller one that's like sort of pill shaped, which only heals up to 75. So let's go see where the point is. You can see we just follow this symbol. Also see that little skull there? That's where my teammate was killed. And that little timer was showing that he's getting ready to respawn, and so he'll be out here in a second. Yeah, see, there he is. He just respawned. Also, along the top above his name, that's his health bar, that line. Okay, let's just kill him. And when I kill him, you'll see it says eliminated Reaper 24. 24 is the percent of his damage that I was responsible for on this little, attack. Like maybe I shot him earlier for and damaged some of his health, but this time around I killed him and got the last 24%. So when you see 100, then it's like, oh, you're solely responsible for killing someone. So here is the point. You can see that it has this like red bar all around it. So let's go get a better view up here. Also, this map is so pretty. I think this is the prettiest map. Oh, let me get that health back.
Thanks. I've got you in my sights.
So, here is the point, which you see is covered with this red glow. So, kill him. If I stand in it, you'll notice that right about in the middle of the screen, it's going to say capturing. So, let's see that. See? Capturing. And so, if we stay in here long enough, we'll capture this point. And so, it's contested right now because he's in it. And so now it's moving again, now that we've killed him, and it's just me in here. However, I'm not going to capture it yet. So now the capturing stopped, and if you watch the timer in the top, you'll see it'll start going down again in a second. Right at the very top of the screen, where it has the diamond. Hello. So, let's talk about abilities. So all of the heroes have like primary and secondary abilities. I'll hide in these bushes. And so let's look at what my guy has. One of them is well, let's start at the right. We have the pulse rifle, which is my main gun. It's this. We have helix rockets, which are some like area damage explosives, which I'll fire right here. So they do that, and so it's area damage, so I don't actually have to have very good aim. Or if like someone's in a room and I can't actually see them because they're hiding, then I can shoot my helix rockets and it'll still damage them. Then in the middle we have biotic field, which is like a healing thing that I can set down. So let me go into a darker area so you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to put this down, and then within that area it heals. So inside this radius, it heals me and any teammates who are actually inside it. And for all these, if you look in the lower right, you'll see that it shows me like the keyboard shortcuts for how to do those. So I have like the side mouse button for the helix rockets, and A for the health, and left shift for sprinting. Sprinting being like running really fast. Here's normal walking, and here's sprinting. So, also, you'll notice I have this thing on the left, this ultimate. And this is basically like, well, every character has an ultimate, and they're all different kinds of ultimates. They're all powerful in different ways. So, like, the healer character, her ultimate is reviving people who have died, which is a pretty powerful ultimate. But the character that I'm playing, or the hero that I'm playing, Soldier 76, his ultimate is this thing that's sort of like auto-aim. Oh, my teammate captured the point. I'll go check out objective B. You can see for the top of the screen now it says B attack, and at the very top it says attack objective B. So, but anyway, so my ultimate is sort of like, rather than actually having to aim directly at a character to shoot him, I just have to aim kind of in their general direction, and then it'll auto shoot directly at them. And so it's really useful. So is he really gonna defeat this already? I wanted to show you. Okay. My
I've got you in
AI
my
is
sights.
quite skillful, apparently. Okay, there, he got killed. So, so I'm gonna do some auto aim. Actually, I'll go upstairs to show you the auto aim, so I can get a good vantage. And so the ultimates take a while to charge. They charge by, you can charge them by doing damage. They also passively charge pretty slowly, just as time progresses. So, but they do take a while to charge. They do take, see I got 100, I got all of him. They do take a while to charge, so like, you don't want to just use them willy-nilly, you want to save them till it's useful. So, I'll show you here. When I use it, you're going to see a little diamond indicator around all of the opponents. And obviously you can see he's outlined in red because he's not my teammate. He is not outlined in red because he is my teammate. So there's another bad guy out there. So let me use my attack here, or my ultimate, and you'll see. So here it comes.
I've got you in
And
my sights.
see how I have the, where did he go?
Securing the objective.
Where did he go? Well, derp. Anyway, it's useful. That's the upshot. Notice my health is really low here, so I'm gonna go to this health pack. Won't heal me up all the way, so I'm gonna place my one of my secondary abilities to heal myself up.
Locking down the objective. Rally to me.
So you can see the number at the bottom of the screen. It's increasing pretty slowly. So all different characters have different ultimates, and they all have a sound that they make when they actually when they use their ultimate. So you may have heard a minute ago Reaper, who's the character in the long black trench coat with the shotguns. He says his ultimate sound is die, 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 and he and it basically just like kills anybody who's anywhere near him. And he also has this ability where he like gets surrounded by smoke and flies up in the air. And when he does that, he's invincible, which is why I don't shoot him when that happens. But anyway, his ultimate ability is super powerful, and so for most of these heroes, or for many of these heroes, when you hear their ultimate ability sound, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta hide. And so, like when I use mine here, you might have heard it before, he'll say, I've got you in my sights. And when you hear that, you want to be like, I gotta hurry up and hide behind a corner somewhere, because even if you don't know where the Soldier 76 is, who is about to use his ultimate, you want to make sure that you're not near him. You want to make sure that you don't have line of sight with him, because if you do, he can kill you if he wants pretty easily. Let's see. So that's I think a good overview of this kind of game style. So let's play a different match. And this way, at the end of every match, you can like upvote people. And all of the AIs upvoted me, which is nice. Over here, this says eliminations. Eliminations basically means deaths that, like, enemy deaths that you contributed to, like, in terms of damage in some way. So even if you don't actually, like, strike the killing blow, like, there were 7 people who died that you contributed to.
Prepare your defenses.
So it wants us to play Hanamura again, but I'm not going to. Let's pick a different map. Just had to take a break for some water there. Excuse me. Okay, so that was a capture point game style. So there are 3 main game styles. The second one is payload. And a payload map is one where you have to escort something. It's pretty much always a vehicle from point A to point B, and like the vehicle knows which way to go. But to be able to actually have the vehicle move, you have to stand like within a close vicinity, like right around the vehicle, and that'll actually move it. And so if nobody on the attacking team is standing near the vehicle, it will very, very slowly go backwards at like, I don't know, 5% or 10% of the speed at which it goes forwards. So you can pretty much ignore it for a while, but if a team is just like really, if a team that's trying to move the payload is getting just completely trampled, then theoretically the payload could back up all the way back to the beginning. So we're gonna do Dorado, which is a really pretty map, and that's a payload map. So let's do that.
Traveling to Mirage. Prepare to attack.
So I'll be a different character this time. I'll be Farah, who is this character. And Farah's abilities, I'll briefly cover them. There's another character I really like playing a lot. She can hover. She has these, let's start at the right again. She hovers up in the air for a little bit at a time, but she'll quickly run out of fuel. And she has a rocket launcher, which you'll see me use, which is this like long range weapon that can't fire very quickly. Then in the middle we have concussive blast, which just like gives a little damage to enemies, but it mostly just like throws them back far away from where the projectile lands. And then she has this like super awesome jump way up in the air functionality, the jump jet, which you'll see me use. And then her ultimate is really cool, and I'll show you that. Better just show you. So let's move along.
I will protect the innocent.
So first of all, let's admire
Attack
this map.
commences in 30 seconds.
Remember your training.
It's really
and
pretty.
We'll get through this just fine.
Look at how nice this is. It's beautiful.
I want to know what Lumerico's been up to.
Anyway, just as with before, because we're the attackers, we're locked in here for right now. These doors are going to open in a second. And also down here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort
So
the payload.
you can see right here,
Commence
this is the
combat
payload, this
operations.
truck. And you can tell also because it has this giant key. And so here I'll use my rocket launcher.
The payload is stuck. Let's get it moving.
So here comes my rocket jump. It's awesome. Boing. And so then once I'm up here, I can hover. Although you see from the thing in the center that I don't have infinite fuel. Although as soon as I stop using it, it refills. So like I can kind of do this and tap up here and bounce. But that's really nice because Soldier 76 doesn't really have any kind of way to get up in the air except like using his feet. And so for him, the first level, like the ground floor of the map is pretty much the whole map. But with Farah, you can like do all kinds of useful things and come up here and like shoot from above, and like you can see over here in this little building, lots of snipers will hide out in there. And so these maps are really designed to have lots of different places that you can go with different characters with different abilities. So most people who play Farah, or most of the time when I see people playing Farah, they like very carefully jump out and like line up a shot and take the shot and then come back, and then they kind of miss because you can't shoot very quickly. But what I try to do with Farah, I'm gonna go refill my health here. What I try to do with Farah is to make her, or to have her sort of block off an area for the opposing team that they feel like they can't go into because it's not safe because I'm gonna hit them with a bunch of rockets. So when I play Farah, like for real, I usually just like hold down the rockets as much as I can because I want to just have them feel like they're limited in some capacity. And that's really useful on like a payload map because like let's say like right here, apparently I can't stand on that wall. That's really useful because like this is a payload map. And so let's say the enemy starts setting up shop right next to the payload, and like we have to be next to the payload to be able to move it. I'm looking for health, by the way. I don't know where the health is. And so here's one.
Get the payload moving. We can
And
do
so
this.
if I can stand pretty far away and just like slam a whole area with rocket fire, then like oftentimes it'll sort of clear out the guys who are right next to the payload, and then it can free us to come and stand in it, and then it'll start it moving. So that's nice. Also, so recall when he does that hover smoky thing, he's invincible. So you'll notice that at the bottom, my ultimate is ready. My ultimate is this awesome rocket barrage, and let's see. Next time I have someone in front of me, I will rocket barrage them. Also, it is so pretty. This map is so pretty. Look at how pretty this is. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna use my ultimate on him. Oh, so that die. That was Reaper's ultimate. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get him.
Justice reigns from above.
Yeah, and she says justice reigns from above, which is awesome. And so one of the things that happens in this game is for all of the voice lines, for their ultimates, they also recorded the voice actors saying like justice reigns from and then the character dies because she gets shot. And so sometimes you'll hear Reaper with his die ultimate. He'll be like die, and then he'll die, which is nice. And so the rocket barrage that I just did, my ultimate here with Farah, is it's actually really hard to do that without getting killed in my experience, because you're like, oh, there are 4 guys in the opposing team. I'll just jump up in the air, and then I'll rocket barrage them from above. But what actually happens is then some of them look up in the air and you get killed, and it sucks because it takes a long time for your ultimate to charge. So then it's sort of
We
disappointing.
must work together. Move the payload.
So what I have taken to doing lately is oftentimes I'll just use it like standing on the ground with 1 or 2 guys in front of me, because I am assured of like using it to good advantage there if I feel like it's someone on the team that it's worthwhile to take out, like their healer, for example. If they kill their healer, can really hurt them. So let's see.
Let's keep the payload moving.
So notice at the top of the screen, to talk about the UI here, we have this like red bar. As the payload moves, that bar gets more and more filled up with red. That sort of seems backwards. I feel like it should be the other way. It gets more and more filled up with green, but whatever. Oh, there you are. And so that's showing the checkpoints. Okay, let's rocket barrage.
Justice reigns from above.
There. I got him.
Operating at maximum efficiency.
However, I am at low health now. You see I'm at 66 in the lower left corner. So get this, now I'm at 141.
Much
And I can't get another one until that refills. I'll just wait for it. I'm not in a hurry. Also, you'll notice that my picture in the lower left is on fire.
system repaired.
That fire, well, there, it stopped. But that fire happens when you're like contributing a lot to the team, I guess. I'm not actually sure what criteria they use, but it's often like damage or healing. And when you're being really effective on your team, eventually you'll be on fire. And so it's just like an indicator of you doing well. Let's pause here and go look at how pretty this map is some more. So we can go back into this lovely area. And like, here's the
Health restored.
ocean. And like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So, let's see, what else here? Did you hear that voice that said behind me? That was because I was getting shot from behind. The game will say behind you in the voice of one of the other characters on your team, to let you know that there's someone behind you. And like, the person isn't saying it, the game just says that, which is nice. And so as you can see, we're almost done here. The place we have to get this is like right up around the corner. So also it looks like a temporary resort. And so my teammate here is Soldier 76, and you can see he just placed a healing field. This red one is the opposing team's healing field that Soldier 76 that we just killed was using. And you'll actually notice that all of the like energy from the opposing team looks red. And so like the gunfire from my team looks, I don't know, yellow, green, can't remember. So there's his ultimate again.
Justice reigns from above.
There, I rained some justice on him. But so like this field is red, which tells us that it's the enemy's healing field and doesn't do us any good. So that's about it. You'll notice that I keep getting this like payload plus 10. This is giving me like, I don't know, experience points, like game points for like credit for having moved the payload. Because and like I might get credit for that at the end of the match.
Victory. Play of the game.
Aw, thanks, teammate. I'm gonna upvote me too. Everybody thinks I'm the best. So let's look at my stats here. So, objective kills are how many players that you've killed while you were near like the objective, whether it's a payload or a capture point or something like that. Objective time is how much time you spend around the objective, which they also want to like encourage because it helps you actually accomplish the goal.
Prepare your defenses.
Okay, so let's go change to a different map. Let's do Nepal. Okay, so Nepal is a, I think it's called Control Point map. And Control Point is sort of like Capture Point, which is the Hanamura one where you just stand in it and you capture it. Except that it's sort of like when you're playing chess with like timers, where you have a certain amount of time and your opponent does. Basically, you want to occupy the point for a certain amount of time. And the first team to occupy the point for that period of time wins. And so every time my team occupies it, like there's a counter that increases, and every time the other team occupies it, their counter increases. So for this, I'm gonna be Lucio. Lucio is from Brazil. This character, and he's all musical themed, and it's okay. The reason I'm gonna be Lucio is that he has a nice gun that he can use in addition to being a support character. Actually, let me go back here. So there are all these different characters, these 21, and they're grouped together. These ones over here are all offense characters. Soldier 76 that I just played earlier, and Farah are the one with the rockets and jumping, are offense characters. These guys are all defense, like we have some snipers, and but they aren't super good with like one-to-one combat. And then these are tank units who take a lot of damage and can protect other people in a variety of ways. And then there are support units who do usually some sort of healing, although not exclusively, but mostly. Anyway, so here we are waiting for the match to start. And so Lucio has this sort of interesting quality. So first I have a regular gun. Well, regular is not the right word. I have a gun, and it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. But you'll notice I have this sort of strange UI right in the center of my screen with the plus sign. So that plus just means that people who are around me within a certain radius are just ambiently healed by being near me. So notice that as I get closer to my teammate here, it's going to say 1, which is going to say, see, there's that +1. That means that I'm healing one of my teammates. He's within the radius, and just like by being near me, he's being healed. So that's nice. I don't actually have to actively do anything. Just being here is healing him. Also, though, you'll notice that on the far right side of where it says +1, there are those 2 little arrows, and that's because my ability isn't just for healing, it's also for making people go faster. So I can switch this into going faster mode.
Let's up the tempo.
And when I'm in going faster mode, you'll notice now I have the light green with the arrows. Just a second, finish killing him.
Securing the objective.
And so now I can actually move a lot faster. So like, here's normal speed. Well, here, I'll do it here. Here's normal speed, and now here's fast mode. So I'm going, now here, I am normal. I'm going normal speed. Also, this map is so pretty. They're all pretty. Anyway, so that's useful to like get people from the spawn to where the action is, for example. And so my secondary ability boosts the effectiveness of the current song. The song being the like healing, or the song being the like going faster song. And so here, I'll do it. You'll see him move his hand up in the air and say stuff. Here we go. Yeah, so temporarily. So like now it's done. That just like boosted it for a second. Actually, I shouldn't do that because I don't want this match to end yet. So let's see. So that's Lucio. I guess I can show you his ultimate. So notice in the lower left corner, I have 200 health. And Soldier 76, my other teammate over there, he also has 200 health. When I use my ultimate, you'll see it's at 93, 94. It's charging here. It'll be done in a minute. Oh, don't win the game, Soldier 76. Okay, well, I'll just show you the ultimate here. So watch what happens to his health bar as well as my health bar in the lower left when I do my ultimate. Okay, here goes.
Hang in there.
Oh, let me get him on screen.
Oh,
Here
let's
goes.
break it. Damn.
So you see how it's got all that extra blue on there? So my health went up to like 600 for just a few seconds, and then it went back down. But what that means is if you have a whole team of all your people in one place and you use your ultimate, then all of a sudden everybody's health is like tripled for just a couple minutes. And so, or not minutes, a couple, like, 5 seconds, something like that. And so that's a really useful, oh, we're about to win here. I shouldn't have been killing them. So, yeah, we're gonna win this match. Probably. Oh, it's contested. Right, this is a good opportunity to talk about being contested. So, you see at the top how we're at 99% on the left, and on the right it says 0%? That's because we're about to win. But because the opposing team has the opponent inside there, then the game won't actually end. And so it'll keep being at overtime until either they kill my teammate who's occupying it, or both of the opposing team dies. So I'm gonna go down here. Maybe they'll kill him, and then you can see. In fact, I should step away so I'm not healing him. We can take this opportunity to look at how pretty this map is some more. Let's look at it over here.
Accelerate.
Defend the point.
It's super pretty. Oh yeah, and Lucio also has this ability to ride on walls, which I'm not very good at yet. But like, like I can go up on the wall here. And like, that was pretty easy. I'm not very good at it, but he can ride on walls. I always sort of forget that. But let's see, maybe I can go over to that roof.
They're taking the
Nope, I
objective.
can't.
Let's knock 'em back.
So, so now the red team captured the objective. And so you can see that at the top of the screen, their numbers are going up now, 6, 7. And so the first one to get to 100 wins the match, or the round. So the control point is like best of 3 rounds, and there are 3 separate like maps in the same theme. So there's like a different Nepal theme. So we'll go back in here, kill them, and then finish this one.
I'm taking the objective.
So it shouldn't take long. We should win in just a second.
Best round 1.
So now in contrast to his like nice gun, you saw me shooting a whole bunch of people. Let's look at Mercy, who's the primary healer character. I can heal people by putting my stream on them, or I can boost their damage with this other stream. Here's healing and boosting. But let's say I'm cornered, like, and I need to shoot someone. All I have is this stupid gun. And like I have to like click it for every shot, and so like this is not really very damaging. And so really, if you're Mercy, you can only use Mercy in a place where your teammates are all like really tight in one spot together, because you need to heal them all. If you have to travel between them and they're far apart, the odds are really good that you're gonna get like killed before you get over there, and you won't be much use to your team. And so if people are spread out, it's much better to be Lucio and have a gun and still support your team, whereas like Mercy might not be able to survive. And while I'm inside this little like yellow border right here, I can change heroes. So I'm gonna change to I'll be Soldier 76 again.
We're all soldiers
So
now.
let's see. Let's look over here at this pretty map. Well, that's not the greatest down there, but anyway, it's still quite pretty. Also, if you do this, you can like make these little bells spin around.
I'm taking the objective. Get over here.
Oh, lost my bearings. So here, the point is right here in the middle. So one thing you'll notice is that different characters have different abilities to damage you depending on how far you are from them. So like Soldier 76, my opponent here, has the same gun that I do. We're playing the same hero. And I can shoot pretty far away. My first 5 shots are going to be straight. Like if I shoot this wall, you can see it leaves a mark exactly where I shot. But if I shoot more, after a while, they start getting more and more off center. So it gets much more inaccurate after a while. But the first few shots are exactly on point. So it's much better with Soldier 76 to like do small bursts. Let's see. In contrast, Reaper here, which is this guy that I just killed, has these 2 shotguns. Also, aren't they nice looking? He has these 2 shotguns, and they and because they're shotguns, he doesn't have to be nearly as precise with his aim, but when he is far away, like it's really hard for him to damage you. So like I'll stand up here. He's gonna come back after he respawns, and you'll see he can shoot at me, and I can like kind of ignore it for a while. So let's see, where is he? Shoot at me, Reaper. I'm sure he'll shoot me here in a moment. There. Here he comes. So that's Soldier 76 shooting me, which is not what I meant. But, so let's see. I'm sure Reaper will shoot me here in a second. So there's Reaper. And, like, look at my health. It's only going down by, like, 2 or 3 every time, as long as I stay far away from him. Like, 51. He's gonna shoot me again. 49. So, like, he can shoot me a lot. And as long as he's far away, I'm okay. But if I get super close to him, like, he starts doing a lot more damage. And so different characters have different, amounts of damage that they do at different distances. And you kind of learn them over time.
Patched up.
Let's see. What else do we have here? So I'm going to use my ultimate here and get this Soldier 76. Here it comes.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, well, we already won the round. Or,
Sweet.
they won the round. Let's see.
It's my privilege to lead you into battle.
So, I'm going to be a different character now. I'm going to be Bastion. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you Widowmaker. Widowmaker is the sniper, and something really irritating that happens is all these people are like, I want to be a sniper, because being a sniper is kind of fun. You can look like this and like shoot really precisely. And It doesn't really do a lot of damage over time. If you're really good, it can be like a good asset to the team. But a lot of people are like, I'm a sniper all the time, and they just they're like being a sniper, even though it doesn't really help progress the objective very much. Widowmaker can like shoot like this, which sounds good, but it's actually kind of a weak gun relative to some of the other guns, and so Widowmaker is not a great. Well, I mean, she has a time and a place, but a lot of people want to use her outside of that. Hanzo is another character who uses arrows, but is basically kind of a
The
sniper.
objective is now
And so in the community, it's kind of like widows and widowmakers and Hanzos are just kind of irritating because people want to use them so much. Another character like that is Tracer, who is also a great character, but people like to play her probably more than is appropriate all the time. Anyway, so I'm going to use Bastion. Bastion is a defense hero. Excuse me. And Bastion has this nice quality of A, he always has a bird with him, which is cute. B, he's a robot. And he has 2 different states. So I can shoot this awesome gun. And you can see I'm kind of walking pretty slowly. But I have a nice, powerful gun. Just a second, I'm going to go kill some of these guys first. But he also has the ability to turn into a turret.
double kill.
And so I can't move when I'm a turret. I'm stuck in this one place. I can switch back from being a turret, and then I can move.
Down the objective. Rally to me.
But so that's like super useful, and he's super powerful. And there are some counters to him, by which I mean heroes who can sort of have different abilities that allow them to defeat him more easily. But a lot of people don't want to play those, and so sort of a popular opinion or a common opinion to have right now is like, oh, Bastion is overpowered, he's breaking the game, and people complain about it a lot. And for payload maps, sometimes you can like sit on top of the payload as Bastion, and you're just like where like payload moves as long as you're on it, and if you know set yourself up in turret mode and you just like look proactively to where your enemies might be coming from, like it's a pretty powerful way to defend. Like look at how quickly I'm killing. Well, he's in his invincible mode there, but you can see how quickly I'm able to kill them. Well, I had to reload there, but anyway, you get the idea. So also Bastion has this cool, I just did it by accident, this cool ultimate where he turns into a tank. And so you can see that it does huge amounts of area damage. Oh, here, I should stop doing that. Well, I guess I can do that. And so if his ultimate becomes available again here before we win this match, I'll show you the tank one again. It's really awesome. So there's my 76 with his little healing beam, which I actually should have used, but whatever. I'm gonna go find some healing somewhere.
Tactical visor activated.
Notice you can hear that little beep every time the number is, the 93 at the top is increasing. And it's increasing in pitch.
Overtime.
And so as you approach the end of the match, you can tell sort of wherever you are passively that like, oh, the match is almost over. And you can, you know, hurry as appropriate. Now they're gonna capture it. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna show you Bastion's awesome ultimate.
I'm taking the objective.
Okay, so oh, I'm not there yet. Okay. No, I didn't mean to kill him so that he would take the objective. Oh well, we're gonna win now. Yeah, so we won. Well, anyway, he has this awesome tank ultimate, and it's pretty neat.
Play of the game.
What's up, Boney? So basically, that's how the game works. There are probably other questions you'll have, but feel free to ask me, and then I will try to explain them. Let's see, anything else here? Not really. Anyway, so hopefully that answers a lot of the basic questions that you might have.